What up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Full Metal Analysis. It is week 3, NFL football week 3. We didn't get a chance to do the game last night. Buffalo Bills versus Miami Dolphins, which turned out to be way more entertaining than I thought it was going to be. I actually didn't watch that game because I just knew that Buffalo was going to blow the brakes off of Miami. But it turns out it came down to the wire, and just like clockwork, Tua pick to end the games.
Yeah, man, it was
game last night.
Yeah, it was background noise for me. I was actually watching while I was putting together the last video we had. But yeah, it was background noise. Like you said, it was way more competitive than we would have thought. We probably would have both got it wrong had we did bet on it. You know, ironically, two misfield.
I definitely would have won the Bills.
Yeah, and it was a misfield, but things would have been different had he made it. But
I definitely would have won with the Bills, but I probably wouldn't have covered the spread.
Nah, we wouldn't have. I think the spread at game time was 12. I think it started at 11.5. So yeah, they won by 10, and yeah, Tua threw the game away. But they hung in there. Tyreek Hill got a touchdown. I think A-Chain got a touchdown. So they offense kind of woke up. But yeah.
What are your thoughts on Tua, man? Is he done? Are the concussions ruining his career? Does he need to quit? Does he need to retire? Is Tua the problem? What's going on in Miami?
Yeah, it might be time for Tua to. It's definitely time for Mike McDaniel to be let go.
Get fired.
I'm pretty sure that he is accepted that, and he just shows up to work.
It looks like he's about to be fired.
He does.
He's a man. He's a man that looks like the boss about to walk in any minute.
Yeah, and he's accepted that, and he's just waiting for it. But until then, he's going to continue to show up to work. He's going to continue to do his job, and for whatever reason, they haven't fired him yet. But yeah, if I was a new coach coming in, I would want a new quarterback. Tua, the concussions have definitely, in my opinion, caught up to him. He's not doing much of anything. He's holding it together, but I mean, he's not putting any fear downfield. He's chugging down. He's turning the ball over. Like you say, he took care of that ball the whole game until the fourth quarter and threw a terrible pick. So yeah, it might be time to move on. And they're 0-3 now. So the Dolphins, right there with the Bears, will be in that top 10 picking draft, and hopefully neither of those teams go back to an Alabama quarterback.
Well, I'm saying, man, speaking of a new quarterback a new coach coming in and needing a new quarterback. I mean, you got Shedeur sitting right there, a brand new spanking shiny quarterback sitting right there in Cleveland, not being used. I mean, you got the receivers.
Trying to negotiate with Cleveland is like trying to negotiate with the Joker. I don't know what his demands might be. They might not make any type of sense to me. So it's a dangerous game.
They can't ask for much. He's a 5th round pick.
I don't know what they ask him. I don't know why did they even take Shedeur Sanders, and then you go out and you sign 2 other quarterbacks and you draft another quarterback. I can't get into the mind of a Cleveland Browns GM, man. There's a reason why the movie Draft Day they use the Cleveland Browns.
I heard a report that said that the Ravens actually wanted Shedeur, but he didn't want to go out a certain pick order. They didn't want to take him out. He didn't want to go out a certain pick or something like that. I can't remember.
No, I said he didn't want to be a backup to Lamar because I mean, which makes sense because you're not gonna ever see the field.
Yeah.
You know, as much shit as I give Lamar, he never gets hurt. I honestly wonder how many games Lamar has missed in his career. I feel like it's not many.
He usually gets hurt. If he's gonna get hurt, he usually gets hurt like the last 2 games of the season, and then we'll see. I forgot the name of that backup quarterback they used to have. He actually played for the Dolphins right now.
Huntley.
Yeah.
But yeah,
we
he
see
wouldn't even
Huntley
hurt. He wouldn't even, but he wouldn't even be hurt those games. They already had the division locked up by then, and he would always be sitting out. And it was always like Lamar could play, but he might not play. But they're just gonna play it safe, and he's not gonna play. And then he always comes back to the playoffs, and then they lose in the playoff first round. Lamar is always there. At the end of the game, Lamar is always there to lose a playoff game. Okay. Lamar will not miss that opportunity.
Lamar's gonna get over the hump, man. Y'all gonna get off Lamar, and you gonna get off Marvin Harrison Jr., man.
Oh man, Marvin Ho Hum Jr. Speaking of before we get off of Lamar, speaking of injuries and getting hurt, at 3:43, Dave Burkett of the Detroit Free Press posted this article about the one, the only Marcus Davenport. Marcus Davenport had his right arm in a sling as he made his way through the locker room Friday, but the Detroit Lions defensive end declined to provide any update on his latest injury or timetable for a return. They quoted Marcus Davenport as saying, "I ain't got nothing to say." End quote.
That guy is horrible with. I guess he just hates the media, man. I'm just gonna put it up as he hates the media.
Yeah. He might hate the media. He hates anybody that questions whether or not he can stay healthy. Which, at some point, you would feel like it's a valid question. You know, hey man, I get it. You know, things typically don't go the way you want them to, and you do everything in your power, and it don't work out. But I mean, you ain't gotta get mad at us, man. We just
he almost as standoffish as Brad.
Yeah.
No, I was about to say they start a group together. Don't ask me to be a group.
That's what I was about to say, man. At the end of the season, I want Brad, Dan, and Marcus Davenport on the podium. Oh man, that'd be a hell of an interview.
Davenport ain't saying shit. Brad, like, I don't understand why people keep asking. Dan, like, we good.
Man, I watched I know we a little all over the place, but I watched I finally, because I'll save these videos, and like when I get time or there's nothing on the radio, I'll play them when I'm driving around. And I finally I think that was last week, I finally got to that press conference that Brad Holmes did with Ray Agnew.
Right.
The day Micah Parsons got traded.
Yeah.
And yeah, Ray Agnew said something. It was about it was about basically like, I play with a lot of Hall of Famers, and I'm gonna be honest, I think that some of these players on this team are gonna one day be Hall of Famers. And then Brad like looked at him and he was like, "Oh, I'm sorry about that." And I was like, I didn't understand what that was all about. And then Brad like moved on.
Yeah, I don't get it either.
Yeah, I don't know. Brad kind of was like, Brad took it as like that was a bit much, I guess.
I'm gonna have to go back and watch that. Watch that one.
Ray Agnew seemed like he was scared.
He might. I don't. Ray Agnew has been here for a while, and I don't have a sense of Ray Agnew, man. Ray Agnew, like he it's like he wants us to feel like he's important, but we really just want to know what Brad thinks.
I feel like I thought that Ray Agnew was like, I always thought Ray Agnew would have been like buddy. with like Brad Holmes, like you know, your boy get like I get a job and it's like a sweet job, and I'm like, hey Bruce, you know, hey, come on, let's
Come
hop
on,
on.
yeah.
Yeah. But it's more like every day Brad Holmes is like, I will fire you. Ray Agnew was like, he might be serious. Like it was a respectful, friendly, business fear. It wasn't like a, but it was there. It was there. It was subtle. I thought that was interesting.
Man, every time I see Brad and Ray Agnew on there, man, the media asks questions to Brad. They ask all the questions to Brad, and Brad eventually be like, "Hey, you ain't got no questions for Ray?"
That Golf
And
did
Ray's
that
like, "Yeah, I'm here too."
shit. Golf did that shit, and because Golf do an interview on 97.1 every week, and he did that shit. I ain't like it. At the end of the interview, they was done with the interview, and at the end of the interview, he was like, "Oh, you guys aren't gonna ask." This is after they beat Chicago. He was like, "Oh, you guys aren't gonna ask about the coordinators this week," and you know they kind of laughed it a little bit, and he was like, "Oh, okay, no," and they was like, "He was like, we can." He's like, "No, okay, that's cool. All right, you guys have a good one or whatever." And it's like, nah, come on, man.
They
Now, come
try to take
on.
a shot.
Yeah, he trying to take a shot. So I mean, it's been 2 games, you know, with the John Morton is solidified now because he blew out the Bears. I don't know. We'll see.
Nah,
And he gonna get mad.
more.
But he just, you know, that's just a setup because if things go wrong against Baltimore, that's a setup. Like, well, you know, you guys didn't ask me anything last week.
Right.
It is what it is, man. But let's get into this bet it up, man. I felt like I had a terrible week, but I didn't have a terrible week. It was just more so, you know, I'll give flowers when due. It was more so you had a phenomenal week. If I remember correctly, I think I finished like 9-8, and you finished like 12-4.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So you know, congratulations to you. It's a long season, huh?
In the words of St. Brown, I know ball.
Well, it's a long season. If I do remember correctly, you got off to a hot start last year, and you know, just like the Detroit Tigers.
You gonna bring it home at the end?
That last stretch just, you know, reached out and tripped you at the goal line.
That's all right. That's all right. You got me last year. I'm on point this year.
Okay, we'll see. You know what? You know, it gave me so much shit. I'm gonna go ahead and turn it back around, man. How are you feeling about the Detroit Tigers right now?
I feel good about them, man. I mean, I feel like they in their cruising speed. I mean, everything's kind of sold up, and they just kind of cruising into the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Waiting around. Is it time to play yet? Not yet. Okay. Just call me when it's time for me to come out.
You know, Lee Corso retired, but all I can hear is Lee Corso saying, "Not so fast, sweetheart." The Cleveland Guardians, man, have caught fire. They just came to Detroit, swept the Tigers. They have one more series versus the Tigers. The division, the Guardians are 3.5 games back as it stands right now. Detroit's got, like I said, a series with the Braves, a series with the Guardians, and I can't remember. They got another series. So they got like 9 more games left or something like that. They are not really in danger of missing the playoffs, but they are in danger of losing the division and falling out of the first round bye, being one of the top 2 teams in their division conference in their conference. So they could mess around and have to play a wild card game So they really need to get it together. But I don't know, man. They lost a school bus start yesterday.
I think the Tigers are slumpish. They fall into these slumps, and I think they'll come out of it right before the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Start getting warmed back up, get back into it.
Yeah.
I don't know what why are we falling into slumps, if it's attitude, if it's the team just feeling like they don't have to work hard anymore, but I
or
feel like they're gonna come out of it.
or option number 3, that somebody, I can't remember who said it, but somebody said that this was a group of above average players who were playing out of their minds, and they were missing that superstar championship caliber bat in their lineup, and they did nothing to go out and get that. I can't remember who said these things, but they did nothing
It's
to
probably
address
a guy that says that about every sport.
they did nothing to address these needs, and they just was like, hey, we're really good, in the words of Dan Campbell, we're good. And and yeah, like I said, you're asking you're asking a chicken to be a peacock, and hey, maybe you could paint the feathers of that chicken.
We're gonna see it bloom.
But
We're
one
gonna
day,
see it
man,
bloom.
somebody's gonna be like, that is not a peacock, that is a chicken. All right. So Thursday night football, I was disgusted with this game, utterly disgusted. Um, I took Jaden Daniels in one of my leagues, one of my fantasy leagues, because everybody told me how great he was going to be. I'm tired. I'm not listening to people no more. But everybody told me how great he was going to be, and I did buy in, though. I will put that on me. I did buy into the fact that Washington was going all in their acquisitions in the offseason and making trades, and yeah, they went out there. Austin Eckler tore his Achilles. Jaden Daniels looked so pedestrian. Like, he looked like he was in practice and he didn't even know he was in the game. And on the flip side, like, Green Bay again looked like the offense, at least, looked like it did against the Lions, which is like, the offense doesn't look spectacular, but it's always guys wide open, right down the sidelines. Sometimes in the middle of the field, but guys are just wide open. And Jordan Love hits them, and they just keep the ball moving. So, you call Green Bay was going to win that game, and they covered.
Yeah, man. Green Bay looks good, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not surprised that Green Bay came out the way they played that first game. I felt like they were gonna come out and play it. I'm interested to see how long they can keep it up. We all know that Jordan Love is not a consistent quarterback. I feel like this streak lasts for about 4 or 5 games, and then they took a major dip, and we see what Green Bay is really about. But depending on who they play the next couple of weeks, I think they're going to come out on top for the next couple of weeks. As far as Washington goes, I think Washington will be all right. Jaden Daniels, man, this is his sophomore year. A lot of sophomores go into a sophomore slump. Not just because they're getting bad, but the league actually has film on you now. And I've been saying from the beginning, I'm interested to see what Jaden Daniels does now that people have seen him. I mean, like last year, he was surprised. People didn't really know what he can do, but now they got tape on you, so they're gonna account for the things that you can do. And unless you can just overcome those adjustments that have been made to your game, then you are going to go into a sophomore slump. Washington as a whole, I mean, I feel like it's going to take them a while to get it together. They got Debo on the team now. They had that thing going on with McLaurin. They went out, and I suppose they end piece was Von Miller, but he's old as dust, and I haven't heard his name in 2 years. So I mean, I feel like the Commanders will do decent this year, but all this hype about them being here now and it's their time, I think people are jumping the gun with that.
You made me look at the Green Bay schedule, and wow, they could go 15-2 this year. You ready for this?
Let me give it to me.
Next week or Sunday. Sunday they got the Browns. Following week they're at Dallas on Sunday Night Football.
Wow.
Then they got the Bengals with no Burrow. Then they got the Cardinals, Steelers, Sunday Night Football. That might be a good game.
Yeah.
Then they get it's up down. We got up down. Steelers to the Panthers. Then you got ABC. I don't know what channel. I don't know what slot that is. Maybe that's Monday night. Yes, Monday Night Football. Then they got the Eagles on Monday Night Football. And then you finish off with Giants, Vikings, Lions, Bears, Broncos, Bears, Ravens, Vikings.
Wow. Man, well, I see a couple potential losses in there. Like I said, if Jordan Love falls on this dip, you know what I'm saying, on a dip at the right week, then it's a couple potential, like, but if they keep playing like they playing now, then it's gonna be a rough season. I mean, it's gonna be a easy season for them. If we got one of the hardest schedules, they got one of the easiest.
They look easy right now.
But
the LA Rams,
Carolina, every now and then, Carolina will come in, and the Carolina's the old Lions, man. Carolina will come in and they'll be the team that they're not supposed to beat.
LA Rams went to Tennessee. I thought that Tennessee could keep it respectable. You went with the Rams. Rams blew them out 33-19. Matthew Stafford threw for nearly 300 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 pick. Cam Ward, 175 yards, 1 touchdown, 8 yards on the ground.
Hey, man, Cam Ward came out and he played amazing. I even text you, hey, man, I might have been wrong about Cam Ward. And then 20 minutes later, I text you again. I might have been wrong about being wrong about Cam Ward. I mean, he came out, he made a couple of amazing throws, man, and then I don't know, it's like it kicked in like, oh, we're not supposed to be this good, and from that point on, the Rams took care of business.
Cleveland at Baltimore. We were both on Baltimore. Pretty easy pick there. Yeah. Cleveland got blown out. The most surprising thing was that Derrick Henry only had something crazy like 30 yards,
like 25 yards.
Yeah. And
I was surprised because after that fumble in the Buffalo game, I thought Derrick Henry was gonna have his little revenge, my little comeback game. You know, make up for my sorry guys, sorry about the fumble. Watch what I do this week. He did not do that. He did not do that at all.
Baltimore finished like. Go ahead.
No, I was about to say this is kind of off jumping ahead, but how bad do you have to feel if you're the Browns that Nick Chubb had an awesome game this week?
Yeah, I heard people talking about you know, the Browns.
Well, not awesome, but
the Browns live with regret. I don't think any fan base lives with more regret than the Cleveland Browns because I heard on the radio and I brought it to you the conversation about Baker Mayfield. Would you rather have Baker Mayfield or Jared Goff? And really, the real thing is that the Browns had Baker Mayfield, and now they got 5 quarterbacks. And I don't think I'm not as in love with Baker Mayfield as the radio was. I do like Baker Mayfield, but at the same time, I think if you got Baker Mayfield as your quarterback, then you got a chance. And right now, what they're doing with Joe Flacco, Deshaun Watson, Shador Sanders, what are you doing?
I never understood why they let go of Baker Mayfield. Like, I never got a clear understanding of what happened, what the dispute was with him. I mean, because as far as I know, he had 2 good seasons, and then and 1 bad season. They was like, "Fuck that," and they let him go. But hey, like you said, the Browns live with regret.
Seattle went to Pittsburgh. We were both on Pittsburgh. We counted Seattle out, but I don't know, man. Seattle just came through. Pittsburgh, let me see. Let me pull up the box score. But Seattle put up 31, Pittsburgh 17. The Steelers defense is not where we think it should be at, where everybody thinks it should be at. Aaron Rodgers with 2 interceptions and no fumbles, but he threw 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown. And on the flip side, Sam Darnold had 2 touchdowns, but he also had 2 interceptions. No fumbles from Seattle either.
Dog, I'm gonna have to watch the Seattle game. I didn't watch that game because, once again, I didn't think it was anything to it. But Seattle was 2-0, right?
Seattle is 1-1.
Oh, they 1-1. Okay. So I'm gonna have to watch Seattle, man, and see what they're working with. I mean, because as far as I know, they only got was Kenneth Williams. What's the running back name?
Kenneth Walker had 105 yards, 1 touchdown. They have, the book is out on St. Brown, so they have arguably the most slept on receiver in football, in Jackson Smith-Njigba. And they also brought in Cooper Kupp, who had 7 catches, 90 yards that game.
Oh, I forgot they got Cooper Kupp.
Yeah,
and I always like Jackson. Smith-Njigba, but he got off to a slow start his rookie year. You know what I'm saying? I expect him to do bigger numbers, but he was always a good receiver, and I expect him to do better as time goes on. Almost like another receiver, Marvin Harrison Jr. But I ain't gonna say no names
though. We'll get to that. Yeah. If your defense is going to give up 31 points, then you are likely not going to win when your leading receivers are 1, your running back, 2, your tight end, your starting tight end, and 3, your second string tight end. Not going to win a lot of games like that. What they have on the ground, 72 yards on the ground at home. It's not winning football. New York Giants went to Dallas, and I refuse to take the New York Giants, but that week they covered. They had opportunities. Both teams had opportunities to win the game, and the Cowboys just hung around long enough to make it happen. I think Russell Wilson turned the ball over at the last minute, and Cowboys are able to win in overtime.
Yeah, man. I may not have won this bet, but I feel like I was right. I was validated. It actually turned out to be a really good game, but not a good game because both teams are so good. It turned out to be a good game because both teams are so bad. Like the bad versus the bad, the trash bowl, if you will. Both teams were so bad that it was compelling to see who was going to win at the end because both teams just kept messing it up. I mean, come on. It still runs through my head. Like, you're the Cowboys. You're sitting on the 3-point lead. How do you let Malik Neighbors get past your cornerback and your and your safety with 25 seconds left on the clock? Like, how does that happen?
Yeah, they let Russell Wilson go out there and put up 450 yards. Dak Prescott put up 361 yards. Giants had 84 yards on the ground. Dallas had 135 yards on the ground. So defense was definitely optional in this game.
Not even optional. Just unplug your controller during the defense part of the game.
Right. Finally, I got a win on one. Mac Jones, the greatest second string quarterback in the league right now today, went out there and he took care of business against the lowly New Orleans Saints. Looked good out there. Put up good numbers. Let's see what we got. San Francisco 49ers 26-21. Mac Jones finished the day with 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, and 279 yards. Spencer Rattler had himself a nice day, though. 207 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. But he did have a fumble. He didn't lose it, though. Good for him. Damn, Mac Jones had 2 fumbles and lost 1.
Yeah. Is it the fact that Mac Jones played is the best backup quarterback ever, or is it the fact that the Saints suck?
Christian McCaffrey, 55 yards. Christian McCaffrey, is he on his way out?
It's hard to tell, man. I mean, the man was so talented, and it's hard. It's hard to maintain that when you have so many injuries. I mean, the man been hurt for 7 years straight. I mean, after a while, some of them injuries got to catch up with you. I mean, there's only so much rehab you can do in the world. But I won't put it all on Christian McCaffrey just yet. It is only the second game of the season. And basically, the San Francisco team has been torn apart. So they lost Debo. Ayuk has been hurt. Kittle's been hurt. They got rid of a lot of they got rid of some of they line and linemen. I won't say it yet, man, but it almost feels like the San Francisco. I mean, Christian McCaffrey is finding himself on a team like it might be a little extreme, but it's similar to when the Panthers first lost Cam Newton.
Yeah, I don't know, man. This dude has had some, and it's all been lower body injuries, his legs, his knees, his ankles. They starting to go. So we'll see. He gonna keep on chugging away. At this point, I'm not even worried about his numbers. It's a matter of can he make it through the season, and if he make it through the season, then that would be an encouraging sign for me.
Yeah, and it's going to be a struggle because, like I said, man, San Francisco is not the team they used to be. San Francisco is not the team that everybody thinks they are.
All right, we already talked about this game at length. I didn't really see any way that the Lions didn't lose this game. I should have put money on. I put money on the damn Steelers instead, but I should have put money on this game. Detroit covered the 6 by a mile. Blew out the Chicago Bears. We talked about it at length. Anything left to say about this one?
No, man. Just no. Actually, I don't really have too much to say.
All right. Next up, we got Jacksonville going.
I know what I can say. Yeah. Man, the NFL has got to stop cutting away from our celebrations. I mean, what's the deal with that, man? I mean, mid celebrations, the camera just pans over to golf. Oh, and I gotta mention golf jump into the stands and how you had to get helped up into the stands by his teammates, man. Just goes to show you how unathletic golf is, man. You love to see it.
Yeah, he said he's not doing that anymore. Next up, we got Jacksonville going to Cincinnati. I was curious about your rationale for taking the New Orleans Saints, and I'm even more curious about your rationale for taking Jacksonville. But Cincinnati went out there. But I mean, your defense, they barely covered the 3.5. They won by 4. Joe Burrow got hurt. somebody said that Jamar Chase was going to have like, I don't know, 139 yards and 2 touchdowns. But that person was wrong. He only had 1 touchdown, but he was also wrong because he had 165 yards.
I took the Saints because I have no faith in Mac Jones, and I figured hey, I figured anything could happen. You know what I'm saying? I kind of just picked them just to. It was an either or. Like I said, I don't think San Francisco is the team that everybody thinks they are, especially with no Brock Purdy and half of their stars. But my rationale in taking the Jaguars was mainly based on how they played the first week of the season, even though they didn't really have the greatest opponent, but still they came out. They made some plays, and I'm not that high on the Bengals. I'm not that high on the Bengals defense. The Bengals defense is kind of suspect. Combine that with the fact that the first week I had money on Jamar Chase, and he only got 26 yards. So, I mean, probably those factors had something to do with me picking the Jaguars. Yeah. I mean, the Jaguars came out and they showed who they are. They're the team we thought they. The Bears are who we thought they are. The Jaguars are who we thought they are. So I mean, going forward, you know what I'm saying? Maybe I'll give them, as they show more who they are, I'll give them less of the benefit of the doubt.
I got 2 questions for you. First one, I know I already know your answer, but I'll just ask you. We've been told all this time that Trevor Lawrence had the potential to be one of the greats, but he has done really nothing. You know, the biggest thing he's done in the league is he took he took a game that the LA Chargers had no interest, a playoff game that the LA Chargers had no interest in winning, and he brought him back, and they went on and took the victory because again the Chargers had no interest in finishing that game. So, Trevor Lawrence, what's his future looking like?
I'll give you a great oxymoron, man. Trevor Lawrence is a great, terrible quarterback. Trevor Lawrence is the only quarterback you will see with all that talent, and he'll never do anything with it. The man is a talented quarterback, but he doesn't know how to win games for some reason. And to that point, I used to have Justin Herbert in the same boat with him, but Justin Herbert the last year and this year has looked a lot better than because I used to have him in the same boat, but Justin Herbert has looked way better these last 2 years than he has this season. Not to say that he's played bad, but essentially, you know me, I always like he's Matt Stafford 2.0, and he hasn't proven that he's not yet, but he has the potential to get that title off of him.
Yeah, man. Yeah, when you were describing Trevor Lawrence, makes me think of Anthony Richardson. You know, great athlete. You know, the perfect build that you would want in a quarterback, but when it comes to between the ears, you got to question if it's there. My second question is I tried to tell you, if you play 2 positions, you do not play one. And other than it's a great commercial too. Other than the fantastic commercial that he ironically has with Trevor Lawrence, Travis Hunter, in my opinion, hasn't done anything in these 2 games as a rookie. He finished this game with 3 catches and 22 yards and 2 tackles, and to his credit, he did have 1 pass breakup. Vouch for your man.
Oh no vouching here. I mean, Travis Hunter, man, he was kind of doomed from the start. Like you said, first off, And it's like I know I can be hard headed. You know what I'm saying? It's like everybody's telling me, "Hey, Bruce, don't go for it on fourth down. Don't go for it. You can't go for it on fourth down." And you're like, "Man, I don't give a damn what you say. I'm gonna go for it on fourth down." Everyone was telling Travis Hunter, "Don't play two positions. Pick one. Don't play two positions. It's a lot. It's the NFL. You can't play two positions. You're not going to be successful if you play two positions." He said, "I don't give a damn what none of y'all say. I'm playing two positions." And not only that, but you're doing it on a bad team. Like, it's already hard enough to have success on a bad team, but to go to a bad team and on top of it, try to play both sides of the ball is a daunting task. Even if he was going to try to play both positions, I feel like the Jaguars aren't going to figure this out. But the smart thing to do would be to establish yourself on defense first. Let them play defense. Let them get comfortable with the defense. Let them play maybe a season on defense only, and then next year sprinkle them into the offense a little bit. That would have been way more smarter than day one trying to make them play both sides of the ball. But a story is a story, and the Jaguars aren't going to win the Super Bowl, so why would they pass up a story?
Yeah, no, I agree with what you're saying. It makes me think of Devin Hester. Devin Hester came into the league as a defensive back, and they put him as a return man, and lo and behold, he was a great returner. Travis Hunter might be a great returner. And then after they used him at defensive back and returner for so long, it was like, hey, let's sprinkle him into the offense. But that took time till they got to that point. So yeah, I agree with that. The other thing I would say is that you ever play not the new one. I haven't played the new one, but did you ever play the old NCAA football?
I played the old one and the new one.
Okay. So I don't know if it's still on the new one, but I know on the old one, when you did your dynasty and you had to do recruiting, you always had the option. There was a category of recruits that you could get, and they didn't have a position. They were just designated as athlete. And once you got them, you could give them your position. You give them their position. And there's a reason why athlete is a designation in college football and not in the NFL. And Travis Hunter is one of those guys that got recruited as an athlete, but once you get to the NFL, you kind of want to know where your bread is buttered.
I'm saying, man, like you just gotta you're big on history, and if you look at history, even Deion was capable of playing both sides of the ball, and he did every now and then. Every now and then, you would see Deion on the offensive play, but like they wanted Deion to concentrate on where he would be the greatest at, and there are a ton of athletes out here. Like David Montgomery used to be a quarterback. There are a ton of athletes out here that are great at multiple positions. But you hear them say all the time, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I was good at this position, but I thought I would be great at this position. Or I was no, I was really, really good so and so, but I wanted to play the position I knew I would make the league at. And that is where I think Travis Hunter didn't get the memo. Like, yeah, like I mean, like even David Montgomery, you see him, they had him throw a pass last year. So yeah, you can, if you have that talent, you can maybe sprinkle it in every now and then. Even like Randall L, he was a quarterback in college. He went to become he became a receiver in college. Every now and then, you might see the Steelers had him go out and throw the ball, but mainly he was a receiver. So that's what the NFL is. You got to capitalize on what your best traits are, even if you don't like the position. Even if I mean, if I hated being an offensive tackle, but I was a good offensive tackle, and I was just a subpar okay defensive tackle. Guess what? In the NFL, I'll be playing offensive line.
All right. Buffalo going to take on the New York Jets. You took Buffalo. I took the Jets. I thought that Aaron Glenn would have another week where they kept it scrappy and close and lost in the end. But no, this was another blowout. Aaron Glenn and Ben Johnson starting their careers off with a combined 0-4 record. Justin Fields gets knocked out with a concussion in this game. Your favorite backup comes in, Tyrod Taylor, finishes the game with 56 yards and 1 touchdown. Josh Allen got knocked out of this game for a couple of plays, but he came back with a bloody nose. He came back in and didn't really do anything in this game. There was no need to do anything. He only finished the game with 148 yards and 59 yards on the ground. No touchdowns, no picks. And Mitch Trubisky finished the game out.
Wow.
Tough sledding for Ben Johnson, tough sledding for Aaron Glenn.
Yeah, I mean, I think that if I was hold on.
Go ahead.
I think that if I was between the two, if I was Ben Johnson or Aaron Glenn, at this point I'd rather be Aaron Glenn. The Aaron Glenn, they came out and they had a good show in the first week. They didn't turn out that well for them. They lost it at the end, but I felt like they came out and played well. The second week was just an unfortunate matchup. Most teams in the NFL will lose to the Bills. It's no shame in that loss for them. I think that they will go on to play other teams and have more success. And but they just weren't ready for the Bills yet. Ben Johnson, on the other hand, it doesn't look like you have a quarterback, man. I mean, once again, Caleb Williams has the Trevor Lawrence syndrome. I mean, I hear about the talent all the time. You know what I'm saying? I see him running around. I see him making throws, but he always he's either throwing it away or he's throwing it into the hands of a defender. So, if I had to choose a start, I would be more so happy with Aaron Glenn's. He looks like he's got a better road to success. Now that is yet to be seen yet. I mean, it could still go all bad, but so far what I've seen, I haven't been mad at the Jets.
Yeah, no, that team looks like it's bought in as far as much as the Jets can buy in. The Jets and the Bears are similar in that they are two perennial failing franchises, but they have enough history to where their fans continue to believe. You know, they're not the Cleveland Browns, so they want to get back to success. and we'll see how they do. The Jets have not a favorable schedule. They got the Bucks this week. They get the most relief after that, and the Dolphins. Then they get a toss-up game against the Cowboys, and then another game where they'll be underdogs, but they could beat the Broncos. But it'll be a tough game as well. And then they get the Panthers. So Dolphins and Panthers are looking good on that schedule, and everything else they're gonna have to get it together.
I want to see how the Jets look. I want to see how the Jets look in the upcoming weeks before I make a decision on that Broncos game.
Yeah, you also got to get Justin Fields back too. It's a concussion, so he'll be back, but just a matter of when.
I forgot about that. Yeah. Tyrod to hold it down. They won't beat Buffalo. They won't beat Tampa Bay, but Tyrod to hold it down.
New England going to Miami. We talked about Miami, so there was no reason to doubt New England winning this game. New England won the game, covered the spread, 33-27.
Yeah, man. I think me and you were talking about the Patriots all off season, man, and we like the some of the pickups they made, some of the trades they made. They off season moves look pretty good. I'm not sure if they're gonna make the playoffs because they're in the AFC, and the AFC is a hard conference to do anything in with all the teams that they have to go against. But they're not gonna make it easy for people this year. People think that the Patriots are gonna be a pushover this year. No, think again.
Carolina going to Arizona. We were both on Arizona. Thought Arizona would continue to beat up on the weak. That's what Arizona does. Somebody told me Marvin Harrison Jr. would finish the game with 139 yards and 2 touchdowns. Lo and below, Marvin Harrison Jr. might have finished the game with those stats, but Marvin Ho-Hum Jr. showed up that game and he had like 22 yards.
Hey, you can't control how many targets you get. You know what I'm saying?
And they asked Kyler Murray about that, and Kyler Murray said, "Hey, I wish I could get everybody 10 catches, 10 targets, 10 balls, but sometimes guys are gonna get what they're gonna get." Look, man. I mean,
that sounds like a Kyler Murray statement.
the Tyler's defense, Marvin Harrison finished third most on the team in targets, behind Trey McBride, who is inarguably his best receiver, and I don't know who Trey Benson is, and then Marvin Harrison Jr. So I mean,
I don't know. All jokes aside, man, I don't know if Marvin Harrison Jr. and Kyler Murray have some type of beef, but that was some of the problem last year. Kyler Murray, he just wasn't targeting Marvin Harrison Jr., man, and he just, I don't know, I don't know if he's just not comfortable throwing to him, or he don't like my man's, or what, but I don't know. We'll see what happens as the season goes on.
Yeah, maybe it's a bit of that Jared Goff. Jared Goff refuses to throw you the ball unless he truly believes in you, and maybe they just aren't there yet.
Maybe.
Because all jokes aside, there's no reason why Marvin Harrison Jr. shouldn't have success in this league, and he has the athletic tools and capabilities. He does drop balls from time to time, and he didn't have the spectacular rookie year, but yeah, if he was if he had a different quarterback, would it be different? It may be.
Yeah, definitely. I think so. They also need to get some more. They also need to get some more receivers, man. I've said that for years. Arizona needs more than just one receiver.
Yeah. Because they really do just have one receiver. Elijah Higgins, Michael Wilson, and Greg Dortch were the other receivers catching passes.
Who,
and who?
Farmers and electricians.
Denver went to Indianapolis, and I rooted so hard for Denver to win this game, but that damn Daniel Jones and the Indianapolis Colts pulled this game out. I still hold firm that Daniel Jones will revert back to Daniel Jones that we all know and love. But another week goes by and he continues to look like he just needed a change of scenery.
Yeah, man. Which brings up the questions: Are the Giants just that bad of an organization, or does Daniel Jones suck?
I think both things can be true.
I'm saying.
I think both things can be true, but I've ever since we've been doing this podcast have held the belief that the New York Giants are the worst franchise in sports, in sports today.
I'm saying Daniel Jones. When I first heard of Daniel Jones, before I even really knew who he was running the Giants offense. And the stat that kept jumping out was him and Jared Goff had the least interceptions thrown that year. And that was the year that the Giants went to Did they go to they went to the playoffs, and I think they lost horribly. If I can remember correctly, it was like 3 or 4 years ago, so I don't remember exactly what happened. But I think he only had like 6 or 7 interceptions on the year. It might have been 8 because I think Goff had 7 that year, and I think he had like one more than Goff. But he actually had a good year, and that was the year that they thought that Daniel Jones might be their future. And then he came out next year, and we know what happened from there.
They really shouldn't have won this game. I put this game on the Broncos defense, who was phenomenal last year, and they've had a bad start by their standards to start this season off. I know Patrick Surtain left the game. I don't know if he ever came back, but I know he left the game at some point. Jonathan Taylor, a respectable running back, but still, Jonathan Taylor torched him for 165 yards on the ground. And Daniel Jones really didn't do a whole lot. I mean, he did put up 316 yards, so I don't want to take that from him, but he only threw one touchdown. He did run a touchdown in, but he only had 2 yards on the ground. So,
a lot of yards, no scores. I mean, barely any scores.
Yeah, so I'll be interested to see how he does next week, because that was more of a pedestrian game. So again, the defense seemingly did not show up for that game. Yeah. We were both on Philadelphia going to Kansas City and getting the win. Philadelphia did go to Kansas City, and they beat the Chiefs by 3. Chiefs are 0-2. I would love to know the stat on that. When the last time the Chiefs started the season 0-2, but
I'll ask you the same question you asked me about Christian McCaffrey, and that I asked about Tua. Does Jason Kelce need to retire? Or Travis Kelce?
Oh, Travis Kelce. No, Travis Kelce doesn't need to retire, but he will retire soon. He's not because I guess it would be fair to say it's the same thing about Christian McCaffrey, but Christian McCaffrey has injuries, whereas Travis Kelce just kind of seems like his heart ain't really where it used to be.
His heart is with Taylor Swift.
Pretty much, and it's not even that he don't love the game like he used to, but I don't think he's putting in the same work he did, earlier in his career, because that's kind of what it looks like on the field. And my question to you would be, are the Chiefs making the playoffs?
I think the Chiefs will bring it together. You never want to count the Chiefs out. The Chiefs are having issues with their receivers. Their defense isn't playing up to par. Patrick Mahomes is trying to do everything, put the whole team on his shoulders, and he isn't strong enough to carry them. But the Chiefs are a veteran team, man, and I think eventually, once they start getting their receivers back and the offense puts the defense in better position, which you probably usually want it to be the other way around. But with the Chiefs, the offense has to put the defense in a better position, and they will. I think they will get it together. Patrick Mahomes has to find another main target, because Travis Kelce is no longer your main target, man. He cannot be. I put that loss on Travis Kelce. They had the game-winning touchdown all sold up. Patrick Mahomes put that ball on the money. Travis Kelce had his hands on it. He did not make the catch. Not only did he not make the catch, but it went through his hands, bounced up, and the defender caught it and ran it back 40 yards, which ultimately put the Eagles in scoring position, which they did score and never looked back. So, not to say that it was all Travis Kelce fault. Mistakes were made during that game, but that was the main thing that I think that was the defining thing that I saw that lost in that game.
Yeah, me and you went back and forth for a little bit, but now looking at the box score, it looks like he was right because Patrick Mahomes did everything he could do. He got one interception, and that was the play that you're talking about. He threw for one touchdown. He ran for one touchdown, and he led the team in rushing yards with 66 yards. So, I mean, damn.
Yeah.
On
He
the flip
tried.
side,
He out there, guys, help somebody, help me out here.
Same thing with Kyler Murray though. When your wide receivers are Hollywood Brown, Tyquan Thornton, and Juju Smith-Schuster, that's a tough battle. It's a tough battle to fight.
Yeah, definitely.
We were both on. I was kind of surprised. I was like, wow, I thought I would have took Minnesota, but we were both on Atlanta, going to Minnesota and covering the 3.5. They did cover the 3.5, and in fact, they won the game. They destroyed the Vikings, and JJ McCarthy is out for at least 2 to 4 weeks.
Man, I sat there and watched that game, and I watched Bijan Robinson have an amazing game. Man, like the Vikings had no answer for Bijan Robinson. I saw. It looks to me like the Vikings don't really have a defense, man. Like I said, Bijan was out there doing what he wanted to. Passing, running, whatever he wanted to do, it was available to him. And I don't know why the Atlanta doesn't like their receivers or their tight end, because they do not throw to them like at all. Like they get like one target a game, and then the rest is Bijan all day. And I think that Atlanta could be way more successful if they spread that ball around. I mean, they have the talent. They just they just don't use it. Like I said last week, it's like somebody playing with a controller, but you're using it all wrong. Like you're not doing it right. Give me the controller. But the takeaway from that game is Minnesota is bad. I don't know if Minnesota is going to make the playoffs, man. For one, I had Justin Jefferson getting one touchdown. Now that's all I needed to win my parlay was Justin Jefferson getting a touchdown. Now usually you'd be like, that's easy money. You know, Justin Jefferson gonna get a touchdown. You know, why wouldn't Justin Jefferson get a touchdown? He's like arguably the best receiver in the NFL. So yeah, him get a touchdown, that's easy work. Justin Jefferson got like 2 targets that game. Like, and JJ McCarthy could barely move the ball. The Vikings look bad out there, man. And like I said, the defense wasn't stopping anything. So yeah, it's going to be a long road for the Vikings, man.
First about Atlanta. Last year, I was excited for Michael Penix to make his debut. And what I saw last year was a quarterback who they treated like a rookie and they didn't have full confidence in. And now that he's in the second season, they have given him they've given him the keys to the car, but they also gave him a curfew, told him he can't stay out past 11 o'clock. I don't see this kid trying to, spread the ball out like that. He's better than Kirk Cousins, but I don't know, man. I don't know if Kirk Cousins was just going off script or if Kirk Cousins, wasn't afraid to put the ball out there. But I just think Michael Penix is either he's being told to be a safer quarterback or he just is a safer quarterback. He did have guys like Rome Odunze and I can't remember his other receiver at Washington. So it was easier for him to maybe he had a better chemistry with them, and he hasn't gotten there with Drake London and Kyle Pitts yet. But that's one thing. And on the other side, the Minnesota Vikings, yeah, they are a bad team. JJ McCarthy threw 2 interceptions. He put the ball on the ground 3 times. He only lost 1 fumble. They got the other 2 back. Justin Jefferson came into the season with a hamstring issue. He's been playing through it, but he's got that there. TJ Hockenson looked like garbage in that game. He had 1 catch. Aaron Jones Jr., I can't remember what the injury is, but they put him on IR after that game, so he's going to be out for at least 4 games. And
wow.
God forbid Carson Wentz comes out there and looks decent, just decent. They win a couple.
Another controversy?
Controversy.
Because you already got the
back.
guy that took you 14-3 last year. You traded him away, and you got JJ McCartney, who is not looking real good. And if Kyle Wentz comes in and tears it up, whew, I used to be a Viking fan.
Yeah, so no, you're right. The Vikings are a mess right now. Tampa Bay went to Houston. We were both on Tampa Bay, and Baker Mayfield, game on the line, led the team down the field and got the game-winning drive. It was kind of a lackluster game. Baker
Mayfield was out there putting his body on the line, man. He was taking hits. I know Baker Mayfield got the bruises the size of watermelons on his leg because, he was out there putting his body on the line for the team. He was out there dying for that team out there.
So I got to ask you, man, we another probably the biggest sports knockdown drag out fight we ever had was over CJ Stroud. And in that first season, I looked dead wrong. CJ Stroud was out there throwing for 500 yards, taking the Texans to the playoffs. And everybody was like, this CJ Stroud is going to be the next big thing. Then last year, he got hampered by injuries. His number 1 target, Nico Collins, went down. I can't think of my man's name, but he had another receiver who broke both his legs. So it was a bad year for it was a bad year for the Texans as a whole. So now we're in year 3 of CJ Stroud, and he finishes that game with 207 yards, 1 touchdown, 27 yards on the ground. Now Tampa Bay does have a phenomenal defense, so that could be a part of it. But right now the Texans are sitting at 0-2. So my question is, will the real CJ Stroud please stand up?
Well, you took the words right out of my mouth. I was going to say that Tampa Bay has a really good defense, man, and I didn't think CJ Stroud looked bad. He trying to get him to be that quarterback that first showed up on the scene. I'm not sure if we'll see that guy again. But if he can put together a resemblance of that, like just bring some of that. He doesn't have to be that guy, but put together a string of plays that guy used to be. We can see some of that magic poured into what he does now. Then I think CJ Stroud will be all right, man. Once again, the Texans are in they're in a AFC, so it's like they're going up against strong opponents every weekend, and I think that the Texans have been going through it with, you have Tank Dell as your main receiver. I think that's who CJ Stroud had the most chemistry with.
Tank Dell, broke his leg.
Yeah, he was hurt last year. And then you had Stephon Diggs come in. And then he's there for a season, and now he's gone. And they got one more receiver. I can never remember his name.
Nico Collins.
Nico Collins. He's in and out of playing week to week. So I think it's just a matter of getting that chemistry together, man. I think once he has his Tank Dell back on the field consistently, and if he can get Nico Collins back on the field consistently, get Joe Mixon on that field consistently, I think the Texans will do some damage.
All right, last game of the week. I'm glad that they didn't do it simultaneously. I hate it when they do that, but 2 Monday Night Football games never. I've never had 2 Monday Night Football games, and I thought it was a great idea. And this game felt like it. I think I got called out that night, and when I came back, the game was just ending, and it just looked like a lackluster game. The Chargers took care of business early, and they just, ran the game out.
What did they play again? The
Raiders? They beat up on the Raiders.
Yeah, man. I caught the first half of that game, and it was an interesting first half. I ain't gonna say exciting. It was watchable, and but it was like halftime came along, and I was like, yeah, that's enough of that, and I never went back.
All right, man. That's it for last week. So all in all, that brings my record to 11-12, and you are sitting at 13-10.
Yeah. Good run. My first week killed me.
All right, man. Well, let's get into this week. Like I said, I don't have it on the slides. I got it written down right here. You led off last week, so I'll go ahead and I'll lead off this week. First game of the week, Green Bay is going to Cleveland. Cleveland is at home. They're getting 8.5. I can't take Cleveland, so I'm going to take Green Bay.
Yeah, definitely taking Green Bay, man. The way Green Bay has been playing, I need to see them falter before I can bet against them. And they have yet to show that. And Cleveland doesn't seem like the team to make them falter.
Oh, man. I'm looking at this game. It's a hard no, not this one. This one's kind of easy. For me. Maybe not for you. Next game we got is the New York Jets at Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay is at home. They are giving 6.5. I'm taking Tampa Bay in that defense. I used to like Tyrod Taylor. That was like 6 years ago.
Yeah, if we had Justin Fields out there, I would give the Jets the benefit of the doubt. I kind of want to take the points though, because even though the offense isn't going to be putting up numbers, I do think that the Tampa Bay will win. But the Jets' defense has been good, so I think they can hold it to 6. But I'm not sure. I'll go against the grain. I'll take the Jets with the points.
All right. Good game. LA Rams are going to Philadelphia. Philadelphia is at home. They are giving 3.5. I'm going to take the Rams on this one, only because of the half. If it was 3, I would take Philly, but give me the Rams.
Yeah, man, I'm with you. I'm gonna go take the Rams too. Philly doesn't look as good as they did last year. Not to say that they haven't been playing great, but I just feel like they took a step down. They got rid of some of their defensive players, some of their secondary, and I just feel like the Chargers have stepped it up a little bit. So one team took a step back, one team took a step up. So yeah, I'm with you. I'll take the Rams with that 3 points.
This one was a tough one, but I'm going to side on the few teams that do play good defense. Atlanta is going to Carolina to take on the Panthers. Panthers are at home. They are getting 5.5. Your comment about the Panthers being the new Lions put a little bit of fear in me, because nobody loves a backdoor cover like the Carolina Panthers. But I'm gonna take Atlanta. I think their defense stifles Carolina for enough of the game, and they control the ball unlike the Cardinals did to finish the game, and they hold the lead.
I'm going to take the Panthers on this one, man. I think that the Panthers need a little bit of time to get things going. I feel like they found their stride a little bit last week. They didn't have enough to get over the hump. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like Bryce Young needs time to get in the groove of things, and it's starting up. And what better team to take that on than Atlanta? And until Atlanta learns how to spread that ball around, like you said, they got Michael Penix on the Kitty playbook, and whenever until they give them a big boy playbook, man, Atlanta's not going to be the team that I said that I feel like they can be.
All right. Next up, we got Indianapolis Colts going to Tennessee to take on the Titans. Titans are at home. They are getting 4.5. This damn Daniel Jones. I'm gonna go against them one more week. Give me the Titans.
Yeah, man. Cam Ward proved to me that he has talent, and that he can be the first round pick that everybody thinks of for one quarter, and then the Colts are gonna come out and beat the brakes off of them.
If Daniel Jones wins this game, man, I'm gonna stop saying his name. I'm just not gonna say his name no more, and I'm just gonna refer to him as Indianapolis quarterback, and I'm gonna leave him alone. Some. Well, no, it's not that bad. Okay, so like I said, Jaden Daniels is expected to miss this game. Let me tell you who their backup is. Back up for Washington Commanders. Backup QB is they ask. Oh, Marcus Mariota. Okay, dude, don't want that dude. Never say die. The Las Vegas Raiders are going to Washington to take on the Commanders. Washington is at home. They are giving 2.5. I'll take Washington.
Yeah. Mariota versus Geno Smith. It's kind of like the same guy. Yeah, I'm with you, man. The Raiders didn't seem like they have a lot of weapons out there. They got Genty, who feels like he's still getting it together, and they got a rookie receiver who made some plays, but not enough to beat the Commanders. Give me the Commanders.
All right. We got next. These I got two lines right here that I'm like, is that right? But yeah, no. Next game we got Cincinnati going to Minnesota. Minnesota is at home. They are giving 3. We talked about how Minnesota is pretty beat up, so I know Joe Burrow is out, but unless that backup quarterback is garbage, I'm gonna take Cincinnati.
Man, I know who their backup quarterback is. Why I can't remember.
No, I don't know if you know this guy, Jake Browning.
Oh yeah, I know that guy. He's been their backup quarterback for forever. As many times as the only reason I know him is because Joe Burrow was hurt so much. Yeah, man. Minnesota's I'm gonna take the Bengals. It's hard because, like you said, both quarterbacks are hurt, but Minnesota seems to have more injuries. That running back is hurt. I don't. Yeah, I'm just gonna go with the Bengals. The Bengals. Both teams are a shit show, but the Bengals are less of a shit show.
Next up we have where we at? Boom, boom, boom. I'm taking the Bengals. All right. Next up we got Pittsburgh going to New England. New England is at home. They are getting 1.5. This is a tough one. These are two offenses that aren't really clicking, and two defenses that should be better than what they are. At some point, Pittsburgh is going to figure it out, at least on defense. And Aaron Rodgers is a flip of a coin on whether or not he's going to have a good day out there. So, give me Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I'm with you. At the end of the day, I like the Patriots, but they still have a second year quarterback. Aaron Rodgers has the experience. And while I do like the Patriots defense, I think the Steelers defense is better. So yeah, I'm with you. I'm gonna roll with Pittsburgh on this one.
Houston is going to Jacksonville. Jacksonville is at home. They are giving 1.5. I know I talked about with a real CJ Stroud, please stand up, but the same things you can say about CJ Stroud are the same things you can say about Trevor Lawrence, and I've seen it more from CJ Stroud, so I'll take the Houston Texans.
Yeah, man. You're gonna see the CJ Stroud you're looking for this week. I think that the Texans come out, and I actually think that the Texans destroy the Jaguars.
Yeah, when I saw that line, I had to double take, triple take. Like, really? Okay, interesting. Maybe they know something we don't know.
Maybe.
New Orleans Saints are going to Seattle. Seattle is at home. They are giving 7.5. Spencer Rattler's been playing pretty good, but I don't know if he's ready for the 12th man and the Seattle defense. I will take the Seahawks.
Yeah, man. It's looking like we on the same page this week. I mean, I haven't really watched any of their games, but from what I've been hearing and all the stats that I've been seeing, I like the way the Seahawks have been playing. The Saints, on the other hand, not so much. I mean, the Saints are the Saints. I mean, the Saints have been the same team since they lost Drew Brees, and that is not the best recommendation. Not in a good way. So yeah, man, I'm gonna go with the Seahawks on this game.
Seahawks. All right. Next up, we got Denver going to LA to take on the Chargers. Chargers are at home. They are giving 2.5. Denver let me down last week. It's a divisional game. I'm gonna get back on the train again. Give me Denver.
Damn it. Yeah, man, I like both of these teams, but I was gonna say that I like Denver a little bit more. Your boy Justin Herbert, man, he's been impressing me a little bit these last couple of weeks. But with that being said, man, Bo Nix is a force to be reckoned with, man, and I just think he's got something to say about it, man. If to your point, if Denver's defense can step up and get it together, it's not a lot of teams out there that can beat them. So yeah, give me Denver.
Okay. Dallas going Two teams you love. Dallas is going to Chicago. Chicago is at home, and they are getting 1.5. I just hate everything I see coming out of Chicago, and I love Dallas's offense. So give me Dallas.
Yeah, I don't like what I've been seeing out of Dallas. They won last week, but they shouldn't have won. That game they came out and played against the Giants was a travesty. There's no way Dallas should have been toe to toe in that game with the Giants. They should have blew the Giants out of the water, and here they are banging back and forth with a team that they better in. Same thing with the. I mean, it's the Eagles, but I mean they should have been in that game way more. And CeeDee Lamb coming out and dropping all those passes. Dallas just doesn't have it, man. And I think that the Bears just got embarrassed last week. Ben Johnson won't like that. He probably yelling right now. If we listen, we could probably hear him yelling at the team right now. So I think Ben John pulls it together and the Bears get their first win. So I'm gonna roll with the Bears on this one.
3 more games. Arizona traveling to San Francisco to take on the 49ers. 49ers are at home. They are giving 2.5. Mac Jones is the greatest backup quarterback playing football today. I'm staying on the Mac train. Give me San Francisco.
Arizona, right?
Yes.
It's my time to shine. My time to shine. Yeah, give me Marvin Harrison Jones Jr. He's gonna get targeted. He's gonna get targeted this year. Kyler Murray's gonna find him, and he's gonna wake up and be like, "Oh yeah, that guy is on my team. Let me start throwing the ball to him." And he's gonna have. See, I said last week, but I meant this week. I meant this week.
Hey man, the squeaky wheel gets the grease. So I don't know if Marvin Harrison is squeaking, but everybody around Marvin Harrison is definitely squeaking. So maybe Kyler Murray, throws him a bone.
We'll see. But like I said, I don't think that San Francisco is the team that everybody thinks they are. Definitely not with Mac Jones behind the wheel. But yeah, I'm rolling with Arizona.
This game disgusts me, and even more disgusting in this game is the decision I'm gonna make on this game. The Kansas City Chiefs are going to take on the New York Giants. New York Giants are at home. They are giving 6. I'm sorry. Ooh, they are getting 6 at home. This is a get right game for Kansas City. They need this win. I am fully confident that they will get this win, but they haven't shown me enough to where I'm confident to have them cover 6 points. So reluctantly and disgustingly, give me the New York Giants.
Do you have a line on the Chiefs injuries?
The Chiefs injuries.
Yeah, like is Worthy playing?
Oh, no. Their team is their team. I actually got Kansas City pulled up right now. Kansas City, as of today, so as of today, they got a cornerback who's out. They have a defensive end. Mike Dana is out. And wide receiver Jalen Royals is questionable. And Xavier Worthy is questionable. No word on if he practiced or not, but he's listed as questionable.
Questionable usually means that you'll play. So with that being said, damn, they missing the DB. And legal efforts could be a problem.
Did he practice? If he practices today, I would say he's gonna play. Xavier Worthy practice today. He returned to practice. Let's That's all I got. He returned to practice.
All right, I'll take the Chiefs. I've learned to not have faith in the Giants. Last week was a fluke because the Cowboys are just that bad.
All right. And finally, Monday Night Football, America's game of the week, our game of the week. The Detroit Lions are traveling to Baltimore to take on the Ravens and Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry, so on and so forth. The Ravens are giving 4.5. This is a very, very tough game. I went back and forth. The only thing that I came up with is that when things go wrong for the Lions, they don't often get right until until the next week. So
hold on one second.
When things go bad for the Lions, it kind of takes something. It kind of takes them a while to get it right. Usually, if it's a good team, they don't often figure it out in that game enough to come back and win the game. So if they get down big, I think they make an effort to come back. And honestly, I could see them losing by like 4, which would cover the spread, but I can't base my pick on half a point. So I'm going to just play it safe, and I'm going to take Baltimore in the 4.5.
Damn. Freeze told me, said he wish I told him we was doing a podcast. Yeah, man. I hate doing this, man, but unfortunately, I gotta go with Baltimore, man. The Lions, I think the Lions. I don't think the Lions cannot win this game. I think that they have the potential to win the game, but as I said at the beginning of the week, man, the Lions have to come out and play a perfect game against Baltimore. The way Baltimore has looked in both weeks, they've made a few mistakes, but outside of those mistakes, they've looked amazing. And Lamar, as always, has looked amazing. And the Lions have to prove to me that they can play that caliber of game against an elite defender. And Baltimore is exactly that, an elite defender. I mean, an elite team. So, while I'm not saying it's impossible that the Lions don't come out and win this game, and I hope I'm wrong, I do think that Baltimore is going to be coming out ready to play, and it's going to be a tough game, man. It's going to be a tough game. Like I said, this is the one pick I hope I'm wrong on.
Yeah, man, I'm with you. I need to see. You said an elite. Them take on an elite team. I need to see them take on an elite dual threat quarterback. They look timid. That's the only way I can describe how they play whenever they come across, Josh Allen, Jaden Daniels, Lamar Jackson. They play this timid style of defense that from the outside looking in doesn't really seem to be effective as they try to tell us that it is. So I don't know how, like, Baltimore is going to have to stop themselves. They're going to and last week Lamar didn't even beat Cleveland with his legs. He threw for 4 touchdowns. I saw a stat. I didn't, it's 2 games into the season. I'm not saying Al-Qadim Muhammad is a Hall of Famer after 2 games, but on the flip side, I did see a stat that said like Terrion Arnold, nobody's giving up more yards through the air than Terrion Arnold in the NFL. But again, it's after 2 games. So that being said, the only way, unfortunately, the only way I see the Lions or the Ravens having a bad like first half is if like they just can't decide, do we want to kill them on the ground or do we want to kill them through the air? And then they just go back and forth so many times that they just can't decide on anything, and then their offense just looks stuck. Like that's my hope for what the Lions defense is able to is on the other side of the Lions defense. So I think that the Lions defense doesn't necessarily look great out there. I think the Ravens do put up points, but at the same time, I think the Lions hang with them. I think the offense is going to put up points, but I don't know if they're going to put up points consistently. I don't know if Jared Goff is going to take a whole quarter to warm up, or maybe he's going to come out and be hot, 9 for 9, one of those 9 for 9 in the first half games. And then, he might mess around and take a bad sack, force fumble. They might force him to fumble. He might throw a Jared Goff interception. He might throw 2 Jared Goff interceptions. There's just, when I look at all my questions that I have on the table, there are way too many questions on the Lions side and not that many questions on the Ravens side. The only question I have for the Ravens side is, their defense has been giving up points and allowing yards the past 2 weeks. So again, we could put up yards, and we've seen Buffalo put up points. So that's possible, but it's just, how do they stop Lamar Jackson? I can't. Riddle me that, Batman.
Well, the question is going to be because that I ain't gonna say the last game, but the year before last, they had actually held Lamar to some decent numbers. Not last year. Last year he came out and destroyed us. I don't know what was going on that game.
We didn't play him last year, did we?
Yeah. Was it? Yeah, we got. Oh no, that was the year before last. You're right.
Yeah. That's when they kicked the 66-yard double doink.
No. The year that was the year before that. When they kicked the 66-yard, we actually looked good to get them. The year after that, we played them and they blew us out in Baltimore.
Okay. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. We talking about the same games, but I just don't know in which order. But yeah, we talking about the same game.
The doink was at Ford Field.
Right, but I thought because we didn't play them last year. We definitely didn't play Baltimore last year, so I thought we had a chance to beat them in Ford Field, and then 2 years ago, Jared Goff outside. That would have been 3 years ago. Jared Goff outside, and he looked like trash. But here, I can find out for you. But go ahead.
You got to reverse.
I'm gonna find it.
You got to reverse the Ford Field game came first, and then the year after that, we got blown out. Outside in Baltimore Stadium.
All right, let me see. 2023. You are right. 2023. Yeah, at Baltimore, 38-6. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. But what I was saying was, our defensive line hasn't been getting any pressure on any of the quarterbacks. And to your point, Lamar doesn't have to run, man. He can stand back there like he did in that 36-6 game, and just stand back there and pick our defense apart. Terrion, I didn't know that stat about Terrion, but another point you made is you felt like Green Bay was picking on Terrion, and he was targeted more than anybody. And I feel like that trend continued with the Bears. I felt like a lot of the targets were aimed at Terrion. And I think Terrion is 50-50 in these attempts, man. Terrion he's not out there playing bad, but I think he's getting targeted a lot. And just like you said, man, you're gonna lose some battles out there being a corner. And Terriana's won some, he's lost some, man. I think he's about 50-50 out there. He's made some good plays. He even had an interception. Unfortunately, it was called back by a Brian Branch penalty. And he also had an attempt at another interception, but he dropped it. So I don't think Terriana's playing bad. But he is going to have a rough time out there if they continue to target him like that. I still would like to see DJ Reed. DJ Reed played better this week, but I would still like to see him make some better plays. That one touchdown, the second touchdown to the Bears, or was it the first touchdown to the Bears? I think it was the first touchdown the Bears scored. I mean, he made a lackluster half-ass dive at the end of that run to prevent the Bears from scoring, only to just come up with nothing and diving out of bounds while the Bears defender juked him and walks into the end zone. So, yeah, man, it's going to be a long, tough rough.
You talking about DJ Reed?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that. That was somebody took a screenshot of that of him falling out of bounds and my man just running it
in. Yeah, nah, what was that, dog? Come on, man. But yeah, man. It's gonna be a tough, drawn out game, man. If the Lions don't let them get away from it, don't let the game get away from them, and they can keep it close, they have a chance to win this game.
This Lions team is miles and miles better than what they were then. But yeah, now I'm looking at it. So it turns out apparently we play the Ravens every 2 years. So in 2021, that would have been Dan Campbell's first year, Jared Goff's first year. Lions started off 0-3. This was the third loss of the year. Lions lost 19-17. But you look at this team, man, and God, how far have Baltimore's roster come? Lamar Jackson was the leading rusher for Baltimore in that game. He had 58 yards. Their second leading rusher was Latavius Murray. Third leading rusher was Tyson Williams. Wow. Their leading receiver was Mark Andrews. Second leading receiver was Sammy Watkins. Third leading receiver Hollywood Brown. We know how bad the Lions were, so I don't need to tell you what their stats were that year. Then you fast forward to 2 years ago in Baltimore. Jared Goff finished that game with 284 yards, one interception. Gibbs led the team in rushing yards with 68 yards. Saint led the teams in receptions with 102 yards, followed by Gibbs and Laporta. But you look at Baltimore's team again. Lamar Jackson threw 3 touchdowns, had 357 yards through the air, no interceptions. He did lose 1 fumble. Their leading rusher in that game, again, Gus Edwards with 64 yards. 64 yards. Second leading rusher was Justice Hill with 46 yards. And the third leading rusher was Lamar Jackson with 36 yards. So they ran the ball for 146 yards against us. And then the receivers, Gus Edwards had 1 catch for 80 yards. That was good enough to make him the leading receiver of the game. Then they had Zay Flowers with 75, Mark Andrews 63, Odell Beckham with 49, Rashad Bateman, former Lion, with 36. So yeah, man, and both teams' rosters have drastically improved. But you take those, you take the yards that Gus Edwards and Justice Hill had, they had 100 yards, and over 100 yards actually. They had over about 110 yards. You say Derrick Henry, can Derrick Henry do that? And Lamar Jackson only had 36. So I don't know, man. If they could stop the run and they could keep them contained, they have a good shot. But again, I just got to see it.
Yeah. Me as well. We're in agreement, but yeah, man. That was the last game of the week, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we'll watch the games, see how they turn out, and hopefully next time we see you, I'll be sitting pretty on a couple of wins. We didn't disagree on a whole lot of games, so it's going to be some key factors to determine who comes out on top. And with that being said, man, we'll probably see y'all here back after the games next Tuesday.
Sound about.
Till then, go Lions.
Detroit!